Hello to all the interesting people out there. I'm back with yet another online lesson on English language. Children, our topic today is phrases and its types. We are going to learn about phrases and the different types of phrases. Along with that, we are going to focus on adjective phrase in this lesson. So you can refer to your Collins English Grammar and Composition textbook, page number 112 and 113. Thus, our learning objectives will be to identify phrases and know its types. Along with that, we will also be able to identify and use adjective phrase in sentences. In order to know phrases, we have to know what is the difference of a phrase with a sentence. Now, we have already learned, children, that a sentence is a group of words which is arranged in a particular order and it expresses a complete meaning. And a sentence also has two parts, the subject and the predicate. The subject is the who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells us what the subject does. Now, in this context, if we try to understand what is a phrase, we will see that phrase is also a group of words. But it does not have a complete meaning. A group of words which does not have a complete meaning or which does not make complete sense is a phrase and is not a sentence. And we will also see that a phrase does not have a verb or a subject of its own. So if we take up the group of words in the afternoon, in this case, in the afternoon does not, the group of words don't contain a verb, and also we cannot divide in the afternoon into a subject or a predicate. So we can say that in the afternoon is not a sentence and we can term it as a phrase. So children, we can say a phrase is a group of words which conveys some meaning but does not make complete sense. Also, we can add a phrase does not have a finite verb or a subject of its own. So what is the difference between a phrase and a sentence? A sentence has two parts, subject and predicate, and it is group of words which have a complete meaning. Now, in order to know the types of phrases, we also need to know what is an adjective, as today we are going to learn about adjective phrases also. So we all know an adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun such as a person, place, thing or idea. An adjective can tell us about color, about size, about shape, about taste, about texture, about weather, etc. Okay. So now let us move on to the next slide. Children, if you refer to page 112 of your textbook, you will see the chapter phrase begins with these complete the sentences exercise. if you notice all the sentences, you will have to complete, but the beginning or a part of the sentence is given to you. So when you see number one, a box of gold, it is not a complete sentence because it is a group of words without a verb, and it is not making a complete sense, and also it does not have a subject and predicate of its own. But the moment we complete the sentence, a box of gold was kept inside the cupboard, we know that it is a complete sentence with a subject and a predicate, with a verb, and it also gives us complete information. So same way you will have to complete all the 6 sentences, write it in your textbook, and by doing that you will understand that the part of the sentence which is given to you is actually a phrase. So we can conclude that phrases are parts of sentences. A phrase needs to be a part of sentence for it to make complete sense. A phrase cannot be a complete sense in itself, or a phrase cannot have a complete meaning. A phrase will not have a verb, and a phrase will not have a subject and a predicate of its own. So what is a phrase? We can conclude a group of words which makes sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. It is a group of related words without a subject and a finite verb. A phrase needs to be a part of a sentence for it to make complete sense. For example, if we say, we went out for tea in the afternoon. So this is a complete sentence. But if we say in the afternoon, then it is not a complete sentence. Similarly, the peacock danced with grace. With grace is a phrase. The man in the black coat is a detective. In the black coat is the phrase in the sentence. So children, now that we know what are phrases, I want you to again refer to your book, page number 112, and identify the phrases in the given sentence. That is exercise A. So you will just have to underline the phrases in the sentences. So for example, they returned home late at night. This is a complete sentence. Now we need to find out the phrase in it. So for example, the first one I will give the answer. Late at night is the phrase in this sentence. So in the same way you will solve the exercise. Okay children, now that you have learned how to identify phrases, let me tell you that phrases can be of 3 types depending on the function they perform in a sentence. So if a phrase performs the function of a noun, it is named as a noun phrase. If it performs the function of an adjective, it is named as an adjective phrase. And if it performs the function of an adverb, it is named as an adverb phrase. So we can say that phrases are of 3 types depending on the function they perform in a sentence. For example, if we say Mrs. Tandon has a necklace made of pearls, which is the phrase in this sentence? Made of pearls. And what is made of pearls? The necklace. So, made of pearls, the phrase is telling us more about the noun or describing the noun necklace. So, in that case, what type of phrase it is? It is an adjective phrase. Similarly, he looked at us in a meaningful way. So, how did he look at us? In a meaningful way. So, look is the verb, and how someone looked, it is being described as in a meaningful way. So, it is playing the role of an adverb. So, in a meaningful way is the adverb phrase. Now we are left with noun phrase. In the sentence, George's indecisive nature is landing him in trouble. Now, what is landing him in trouble? George's indecisive nature. So, this part is the phrase, and George's indecisive nature is playing the role of a noun, as if it is the name which is putting him in trouble. So, we can say that George's indecisive nature is the noun phrase. So in this way, we will have to analyze the phrases, what function it is doing in a sentence, and we will see that it exactly does the function of a noun or an adjective or an adverb. Only thing, instead of being one word, these are group of words which will be termed as noun phrase, adjective phrase or adverb phrase according to their function in the sentence. So our focus today is on adjective phrases. So let us analyze the three sentences which are given here. The first sentence, the girl with the hat is my cousin. So which is the phrase over here? With the hat. Second sentence, the students from CHS know Mrs. Eller. Which is the phrase? From CHS. And the third sentence, the book on the cart is my favorite. On the cart is the group of words or phrase in the third sentence. In all three given sentences, we will see that the phrases describe the nouns. First sentence, the girl. Second sentence, the students. And third sentence, the book. So in this case, girl, book and students are nouns which are described by the phrases. So they act as adjectives, and because they are group of words and not single words, they are known as adjective phrases. For our understanding, once more, an adjective phrase is a group of words that describe a noun or pronoun in a sentence. The adjective phrase can be placed before or after the noun or pronoun in the sentence. So if you look at the example, that sandwich looks very tempting. Which is the adjective? What looks very tempting? That sandwich. So it very tempting is doing the work of an adjective phrase. Let us look at some more examples of adjective phrase. The final exams were unbelievably difficult. The extremely tired kitten fell asleep. A dog covered in mud makes a mess in a car. The overly enthusiastic fans painted their bodies. My brother is older than me. The candy was dark chocolate brown. So all these words, group of words written in yellow, are adjective phrases and acts just like an adjective describing a noun or a pronoun. Now that you are clear on how to identify an adjective phrase, you can solve the exercise B in page number 113 as recapitulation of adjective phrase. That was all about phrases and adjective phrases, children. We will learn about adverb phrase and noun phrase in our next videos. Thank you.